Okay, so it's Adam at Lookout Pass, and of course the area is closed, but I gave him the Amplid board today, asked him to take it up and try it out, and he'll tell you what he thinks. He had 2 runs, and he can say whatever he wants because it's coming straight out of the horse's mouth.
All right, well, it was fun. Definitely took me a minute to get used to it. It's, you know, the volume shift, longer nose, made me have to work a little harder to get a tight carve on it. I think where it felt, and it would take me time to actually get used to it. But
he said the first run he actually felt clumsy, and I can understand that. It's
slow to the turn, but I think part of it is the width of the board, and felt good on the going to the heel side. I think because you know got some leverage. Toe side, I definitely felt like I was slow to engage the edge, unless I was really conscious of using that back.
Can I tell you what I saw also?
Yeah.
When he came down, I saw the edge angle higher on the heel side, and sooner than it was on the toe side.
I was struggling on the toe side for whatever reason.
A little correct there, yeah. Moving analysis.
Yeah, but so where it felt the most comfortable was when I kind of got into more of a loose, surfy kind of ride. It felt like really smooth and fun. And
it did. I noticed you started spinning around there, and it spun easy, you threw some nose rolls, some tail rolls.
That's one thing I like to flex.
You like to flex in it, okay?
Yeah, and even with the shorter tail, it still has enough to get a good press.
Did you feel like the 4 wasn't as 4 as some of your other boards?
Yes. So that's part I was trying to think about as I was riding was, when I would actually make a conscious effort to be a little more 4, the board didn't seem to like it a whole lot.
Well, I actually moved that front binding slightly more forward than it was because I was feeling like I was chasing the front foot a lot, and so I moved it up. It's so interesting that you said it felt a little different there too, because I intentionally moved it forward. So cool. Overall, what do you think?
Overall, it's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. All right.
Yeah, I think it's a good, playful board. I would just need more time on it in order to dial in those more technical.
Sure, 2 times out the door. What the hell? Who can do that, right? All right, I appreciate you taking it out, and I hope everybody liked what Adam had to say, because what he said was what he felt. So, those of you who might be interested in this learning phase of one of the last snow videos we're going to have this year, will notice that the turns in front of you are all pretty much what we would call open turns, meaning that they don't cross the fall line tremendously and stay more or less in the fall line. This last set in here, which is close to my feet here, smeared a little more skiddy, and then transition here and then skiddy again, was a bit of a push and pull move that I was making, which was quicker, shorter radius. Therefore, the board did not have a long time to set up on an edge due to the fact that the hill is slower, the speed is slower, etc. And that is the result. But nevertheless, the main result of all this for you is I followed the nose of my board where it was headed, and then I moved across the feet in different fashions to create different uses of the board. So I'm really enjoying this. It's helping me to really understand the dynamics of, you know, the volume shifted boards, the setback, the importance of the foot adjustment, and getting out there and shaping it and moving it and trying to find that ultimate spot for you. I can tell right now that if I was out on a great day, you know, powder, I'd probably take all of the forward lean off of the high backs on this board, because I wouldn't need a tremendous amount of edge pressure. I would just like to float, slide, and have fun. If the snow was harder, a little thicker, heavier, I might put a little bit angle on it. If in fact it was groomed in hard snow, I'm likely to put way more forward angle on my bindings to create a stronger edge earlier without having to work as hard and try to, you know, run some laser kind of lines, which for my age, that's an ultimate compliment when they get there, but not always possible with the variables in the snow for me. Anyhow, this last run here, you'll see some of the spots where I crossed into the tracks, and I know what I did, body mechanic wise, and I will explain that later in the video after I let a few people who teach take a look at this video. So I know this is going to be helpful for those of you with an inquiring mind, those of you who are happy just riding it. Key points to take out of this is look where you're going, point the nose where you want to go, use some nice body movements starting with the ankles, knees, hips, not the upper body. It's directly connected to the board. And have a nice day. Shred ahead.